say a patui, be able, or can, are irregular verbs. An irregular verb is a verb that does not belong to any of the four conjugations. Some and posum have irregular forms in the present, imperfect, and future, active, and indicative. The conjugation of these three tenses of these words are presumed below. Memorize these forms.
Okay, so memorize these forms, and of course you will have to memorize these forms. Now what I need you to do is turn in your notebooks to the paradigm section. In your paradigm section, we should have a page for first declension nouns, a page for second declension nouns, a page for first conjugation verbs, and a page for second conjugation verbs. Do I have all those? Okay, we're going to have a new page, and we're going to have a page all for sum.
Whoa. This must be a lot.
It's an important verb. And it needs its own page. Now, the nice thing about sum is we're going to talk about the present, active, indicative forms of sum, but sum is not going to have a passive form. If you think about what passive means, like a verb like praise, the active voice is I praise. The passive voice is I am praised. Well, the sum, the active voice is I am. So what would the passive voice be?
I am.
I am.
I am.
And so it doesn't really exist. It doesn't have a
So
passive.
it's sort of like I did this. I am.
Well, but it doesn't
I was
exist.
this.
Oh, so there is no passive.
was.
So with sum, we're always going to be talking about the active. So let's start with the present, active, indicative of sum, and let's write out its forms. We'll have singular and plural, and we'll have first person, second person, and third person. And I am going to write out the translations of each of these because you'll see it's irregular in English just like it is in Latin. So we know what the first person singular is already. What's the first person singular? Sum. And what does that mean?
I am.
I am.
I do.
Okay, the second person singular
You are.
is S, and it's translated you are. The third person singular,
Est.
S, and that's translated he, she, or it is. And also, just don't forget this, because a lot of times if a sentence starts with est, the best way to translate it is going to be there is. And that'll make your sentence sound right. So that's another way to translate it. So he, she, or it is, or there is, or of course it could be any other noun. The sailor is, the farmer is. The first person plural is sumus. And what would sumus mean?
We are.
We are. The second person plural is estis.
You plural.
Yeah, y'all are, or you plural are. I'll just put y'all are. And the third person plural, sunt.
They are.
And they are. Okay, so those are the forms of sum in the present. Now let's practice saying them all together so that we can memorize them. We're going to say sum es est, sumus estis sunt. So y'all are going to say it after me. Sum es est, sumus estis sunt. Okay, say it again. Sum es est, sumus estis sunt. Sum es est, sumus estis sunt.
Sum es est, sumus estis sunt.
Sum es est, sumus estis sunt.
Sum es est, sumus estis sunt.
Sum es est, sumus estis sunt. Sum es est, sumus estis sunt.
Sum es est, sumus estis sunt.
Sum es est, sumus estis sunt. Sum es est, sumus estis sunt.
Sum es est, sumus estis sunt. Sum es est, sumus estis sunt.
Sum es est, sumus estis sunt.
Wrong.
Yay!
All right. Now we're going to do it a little different. Don't look at the board. I'm going to say the verb in English. You're going to tell me which one of those six it is in Latin. So try not to look at it. You singular are.
You singular are,
S. If you have to look at the board, you can.
I didn't look
He is.
F.
They are. I am.